The poor, the farmer, pa, pa, pa. Shoot to kill. Come on, sir.
These are articles over the last few days. Death of people. Death, death, death. Horrible death. Death. I don't know.
But you know that there are black people who are dying the most?
White South Africans are fleeing because of the violence and racist laws. And this is all, I mean, I'll give these to you. So when you say, what would I like to do? I don't know what to do.
I mean, but
These are burial sites right here. Burial sites. Over 1,000 of white farmers. And those cars are lined up to pay love on.
Cyber J here. As you can see, the liberal left media is going to try to paint Trump into a racist. Like always, when we know that part already. But as you can see, checkmate. He showed the world who's the racist now. Because you have the South African president there. And he's telling them in his face, there's a lot of genocides going on, and here's the proof. Now, I knew about this. Why? Because I never miss an episode of Paul Joseph Watson, who also runs Modernity at InfoWars. Follow him if you want to know all this information, non-biased, actual facts, and the truth, way before you hear it from Trump. And here's the thing. Who knows? Maybe he watches him too. But here's Paul Joseph Watson 8 days ago on a video that he posted. And it was actually a double because there was another video before that. Here he is showing you with the date, July 2023, almost nearly 2 years ago, of what's really going on over there. Check it out. See for yourself.
Actual women and children. Refugees welcome, right? Turns out, no, not if they're white. Trump welcomed 49 white Afrikaner refugees from South Africa, and they all lost their tiny minds. Not your traditional refugee exodus. Oh no, actual women and children. Real families. And not entirely military-age men. Or gangbangers with MS-13 tattoos on their knuckles. Refugees welcome! Same guy who tweeted that, by the way, tweeted this. What wine pairs best with white genocide? Call me crazy here, but I'm starting to suspect that they just hate white people.
Now, if the Constitution and so if the Afrikaners don't actually like the land, they can leave that country.
They are. They're leaving to come here.
No, they can
these
leave
refugees
and go,
are coming here.
They can actually leave and go to where their native land is, which is probably Germany.
Oh yeah, it's probably Germany, even though they're of Dutch descent. But whatever, they're white, so she doesn't want a handful of them getting anywhere near America. Those millions of Mexicans, Guatemalans and Venezuelans who entered the US illegally under Biden, though, come on in.
Part of that is that the people who are native to that land deserve their rightful land back. That is not what the Afrikaners actually want to have happen, which are the white Africans, and so who are not originally from Africa, who colonized South Africa.
White Afrikaners have been in South Africa for 400 years. Apparently that's colonization. Millions of North Africans and Middle Easterners entering Germany, Sweden and England over the course of a single decade, well, that's cultural enrichment. Fleeing a genocide by calmly queuing at the airport. Comedy. I know, how dare they act all civilized. Love the implication here that they're not real refugees because they don't act like this. Talk about the bigotry of low expectations. Wow, these South African refugees really look like they've been suffering a lot. I know, right? They've got luggage from the same people who'll chastise you for asking why refugees coming from France arriving in England are wearing designer clothing and carrying the latest iPhone. 75% of these refugees are overweight. I can definitely see that life was extremely difficult under the Black Rule. I mean, yeah, the whole being under constant threat of torture and murder may not be ideal, and only some have been murdered.
The Afrikaner farmers are not suffering from that. It is true that some have been murdered.
8 out of the 10 stages of genocide having already happened in South Africa might cause a few sleepless nights. Whole stadiums full of one of the biggest political parties in South Africa calling for them to be exterminated.
Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor.
Maybe he doesn't mean shoot.
The farmer. Power!
Is that the Super Bowl?
Attention!
And then top African courts ruling it to be legitimate speech might be a bit of a concern.
And I know what some of you are thinking. South Africa, isn't that where Elon Musk is from? Yes, and he was present in that meeting. This is how he looked at him. Honestly, it was the greatest revenge. Like, yeah, I left from there. I know what's going on, and you could have had an investment, but you lost me to the America. Here it is. Greatest revenge, and I'm sure he has closure now.
What will it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?
Well, I can answer that for the president. It's for him. No, seriously.
I'd rather have him answer.
Yeah, I'd rather answer that. It will be.
My president will respond to you.
Yeah, let me,
Thank you, Mr. President.
it will take President Trump listening to the voices of South Africans, some of whom are his good friends, like those who are here. When we have talks between us on around a quiet table, it will take President Trump to listen to them. I'm not going to be repeating what I've been saying. I would say if there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture. He would not be with me. So it'll take him, President Trump, listening to their stories, to their perspective. That is the answer to your question.
But, Mr. President, I must say that we have, wait. We have thousands of stories talking about it.
Sure.
And we have documentaries, we have news stories, and that. Is Natalie here, somebody here to turn that? I could show you a couple of things, and it has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure.
Let me see the articles, please, if you would. And turn the lights down. Turn the lights down, and just put this on. It's right behind you, Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. Yes. South African occupy land. That's who we are.
As you can see, it's all connected. Yes, they are actually doing something about it. The white South Africans left and fled from there because they were scared. They were afraid that they might be next. And it's not like millions of people came, only 60 about. And yes, it's not about favoritism, it's about saving lives, and it's about bringing them here for safety. Follow me for more.